Hey guys, in this video I will show you two new tricks about IV cannulation insertion. The first trick is what I call pushing the plastic, and the second trick I will show you how to bypass a valve when you insert into a vein. Lastly, I will talk about some of the critiques I received in one of my troubleshooting videos. So let's talk about valves. So say you go into a vein and you hit a valve. What you want to do is push a little bit of normal saline so that the valve gets pushed aside and insert the catheter as you push a bit of saline. This will allow the valve to open up and you'll be able to insert the cannula without issue. The next trick I have for you guys is pushing the plastic. So this only works for IV cannulas that use the Nexiva brand. But essentially, once you're in the vein, you do not need to push the needle all the way through. Once you get flashback of blood in the needle cannula, you're able to push the plastic filament in the vein easily. I often do this as the rate of blowing the vein with the sharp needle end is much lower. Here's what I mean. This is an IV needle I use. As you can see, the metal is quite sharp, but if we remove the needle, the plastic is not sharp and is less likely to go through the vein walls when you are pushing it through. Although veins are easy to see on the wrist, the risk of failure and hitting a nerve is quite high. I've gotten a lot of pushback in my video where I talked about why we use forearms, and I'll explain more. Here's a picture of the nerves. Take a moment and look at where the nerves are. As you can see, the surface area around the wrist is much lower, and so you're more likely going to hit a nerve or an artery if you miss the vein. Therefore, in comparison to the ACF or forearm, the wrist is a much worse place to attempt to insert an IV. Another critique I have is that people said that they can put in an 18 gauge in the hand no problem. Yeah, and I definitely agree. You can put an 18 gauge. It depends on so many different things. Firstly, the time it requires for you to pump up a big vein in the hand. Think about an elderly lady with small little veins, and working in the emergency department as a nurse. You don't have the time to be spending all the amount of resources and time to just insert one IV. You need to be time efficient. That's why the hand is not really ideal, because the veins are typically small, and you can't really insert one successfully the first time unless you're really good, or unless the patient has a lot of big juicy veins in their hand. So of course you got to use a little bit of common sense, critical thinking, and know the patient and identify the patient's veins as well. So that's going to be the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Those are two quick tricks and my response to some of the critiques I received for the IV insertion video I made. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, as it helps me identify videos to make in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.